Ballz on the Sega Mega Drive. What an absolute pile of f***ing shit. I mean, who the f***ing hell makes this kind of crap? It is f***ing stupid. I mean, they need f***ing shooting in the bastard f***ing face. The absolute mindless f***ing c***. Just absolutely f***ing ridiculous. But, is this game any good? Let's have a little look. Ballz isn't just a clever name, it literally is Ballz, which claims to be some wacky idea, which just becomes as funny and entertaining as Sarah Millican. Imagine Street Fighter with zero effort put into it. You can choose from a roster of characters that are made up from balls, like a clown, a rhino, a tough man, etc. You fight in a pseudo 3D arena where you can move closer to the screen or further away. Your attacks are punch, kick and jump. And your opponent have energy meters at the top of the screen, which of course are represented by balls. Once you've got your opponent's energy to zero, you win the round. It's a best of 3 fights just like many other fighting games, and if you win, you get an instant replay of your amazing battle. But is this game any good? Well, obviously not. Even when this came out, it was a load of pap, and nobody mentioned this game unless it was a reference to a crap game. Reviews at the time weren't that bad, with an average percentage between 50 and 60. Which means some of you watching this actually like this game, and that's fine. I'd love to know what makes it so good if that's the case. There are special moves which aren't very spectacular, and the ability to morph into any one of the other 8 characters, but it just doesn't tell you how to do this. The arenas you fight in are all the same with the additional palette swap, and loads of monitors that have an array of shitty phrases on. The gameplay is, well, it's unplayable to be fair. It just becomes a button mash in the hope to become victorious, and a few seconds into the game, you just want to accept defeat and give up completely. There isn't any excitement here at all. I mean, Eternal Champions wasn't the greatest game out there, but it did have some level of interest to it that made you want to try other characters to see what they could do. Here, they all look distinguishable, yet forgettable, and no desire to work out what they are capable of. If someone asks you who your favourite Street Fighter characters are, you'd probably see that character in your head and give the answer within a few seconds. The same with Fatal Fury or King of Fighters. The music is horrendous and just adds to the poor quality of this game. The sound effects are just as bad with some crappy vocal samples. You can see how this was an attempt at moving forward from 2D games, but it just doesn't work on a 16-bit system. In fact, 3D only just made it on 32-bit systems. Vectorman had a 3D effect which worked okay, but it wasn't mind-blowing. But after all this moaning about the game, I realised it had Accolade's name on there, and it all made sense. It was developed by PF Magic, which didn't have a good portfolio. In fact, you could write down all the games they made on your little toenail. It's a ridiculously poor game that just looked and played badly. So bad that by the time this video came out, someone else owns my copy by now. The character ideas weren't so bad, but they all look ridiculous in ball form, and crappy slogans like, "To be champion, you gotta have balls." It just makes you roll your eyes and look at a different game. Even the cover art looks vile, and I would definitely skip past this if I saw it on the shelf. And the blurb on the back of the case just blags my head even more. The closest thing to Virtua Fighter you'll see on the Mega Drive, and a fab game, 91%. Well, Angus Swan from Mean Machine Sega, you clearly got fucking paid off, didn't you? And Virtua Fighter 2 was the closest thing to Virtua Fighter on the Mega Drive, which was released the same year. This looks more like a tech demo that shows what the Mega Drive could do, and at the same time, what it couldn't do. Thanks for watching. If for some strange reason you like my videos, please consider subscribing so I don't feel so unpopular. Do you know what I mean?